Good morning. Welcome to Monday Morning Coffee and Chat with Hallee Bridgeman. I'm so happy you could join me. I have my cup of coffee, so I hope you have a cup of coffee or tea and you have a few minutes while we chat. Welcome to week 2 of social isolation for those of you who are completely socially isolated. I hope that everything is going okay for you. We've had an okay week. The boys' school started Tuesday, and our county had already been taking advantage of homework and stuff on Google Classroom. The boys don't really bring home books and stuff. And so we already had the system set in place for logging in and knowing how to keep track of all of that and all of the classes, correspondence with teachers and stuff. So the boys were already familiar with this. So we didn't have to go through the learning curve that a lot of people are having to go through as it pertains to Google Classroom. In our county, they have to do the work as if they were in school, because then that the days will count as school days and they won't have to make them up. And so there's a huge workload. Like Scott, my 7th grader, he was working from 8 to 5 every day last week. And Jonathan, my 6th grader, he was working from 8 to 2. And so I'm not having to fill their days with any kind of extra learning because they're full. And I'm very thankful for that, because it's good for them to stay in this cycle of these are the hours of school. I mean, I know that Scott's was a little extreme, but he has autism, and I'm not pushing him. And so a lot of times, he doesn't finish work in class and it comes home and he finishes at home. So he's probably putting exactly the same amount of hours into schoolwork a day. It's just now, instead of it being broken up by coming home, it's all at once. And so, I wanted to see what homeschooling looked like for them. One of the things about Scott's autism is that he's incredibly homebound and really, really doesn't want to get dressed and go. He doesn't want to leave. Like, his entire objective, the entire day, no matter where he is, if he was at an amusement park, he would have the same objective: to get home and get down to his underwear or pajama bottoms, depending on the weather. And, I was telling a friend who was saying that their laundry consists of pajamas. I have to make Scott get dressed and brush his teeth, and as if he were leaving the house, because I want the, get down to my underwear or pajama bottoms to be still the objective and not the normal. And so I wanted to see what homeschooling looked like, because making him get up and get ready and get out of the house on a certain time schedule is vital to teaching him life skills, because he's going to have to get up and get dressed and get out of the house on a certain time schedule in order to work as an adult man. And so I really just wanted to see what it looked like. And so far, a week into it, it absolutely looks like something that we can handle. The problem is that I'm not working. I haven't written a word all week. I got up early this morning to try to write, but I had so many other things that I needed to get done and accomplish today that I didn't ever open the writing program. And so what I need to figure out is how my schedule can fit into theirs. And I'm sure that a lot of it has to do with just the stress of the situation. And I remember when my dad was having a surgery, I went with my mom and we stayed in a hotel at the near the hospital, and we were there for about a week. And that week, I wasn't able to write. And it was, I was no children, no home, no responsibilities, just my mom and I eating out and sitting in hospital or hotel. And I just couldn't. And so it's possible that stress is what's preventing me from being able to write. But if that's the case, I know that I can pray through it. And I just want to make sure that I'm not being a good steward of the gifts that God has given me. And so that is my specific prayer this week for myself, among with the other prayers, is that I'm able to get to a point where I can be productive with writing at least part of each day. So, and this week is my, the 26th. What is today? The 23rd. So Thursday is my 8th anniversary of publishing. I published Sapphire Ice on March 26, 2012. And I'm so excited. 8 years, it feels like my entire life, and then it feels like yesterday. And I have accomplished so much in those 8 years. I've published 30 books. I've established relationships, like deep, abiding, close friendship relationships with authors. Greg and I have started Olivia Kimball Press, and we publish other authors. We've helped people with their careers. I have traveled the world teaching other writers and speaking to women's groups. And it's just been this incredible gift of gifts that God has given me. And I've been able to use them to minister to readers and writers. And it overwhelms me sometimes to think that that is what he gave me. My mission statement as a writer is to uplift fellow believers and minister to seekers in our fallen world. And and when it comes to teaching, it's teaching and ministering to other writers. And I'm just humbled and at times overwhelmed and at times in disbelief that God said, okay, well, Hallee Bridgeman gets to have this gift. And I remember when I had the uncertain, or the complete the certainty that the next thing that he would have me do is to start speaking. And I remember actually pacing my kitchen, having this back and forth conversation with God, saying, I'm not a speaker. I'm not going to go speak. I'm not a teacher. I'm not going to go teach. And, the response is, yes, you are. Yes, you will. This is what's next. And so I said, fine. And, with angry typing, created the page on my website about, labeled speaking. And here's the information about what I'll do speaking. And I had 2 requests to speak like within 24 hours of posting that page. So clearly God had 2 people in mind that specifically needed me to come speak to them. And that was like 6 years ago. And so, for 6 years I've been speaking and teaching. And I love that part of this ministry that God has given me. I love that part of it. I started my Successful Christian Self-Publishing blog, which I haven't done a lot with because I think I started it earlier than I was ready to. And I have the Facebook page with that. And I've been able to do a little bit of teaching through that. And I'm really hoping to grow that side of my business in the next 8 years. So today, just so you know, I know that a lot of people are looking for things to do during this time of social isolation. So I'm a regular blogger. I'm a contributing blogger to a blog called Inspy Romance, inspyromance.com. And today was my turn to have the post. And I talk about writing the book Chasing Pearl, which is the eighth book in the Jewel series. And I talk about writing that character as my character. Like, I needed to write it very quickly, and I didn't have time to sit and create character development. And so I put this book into the Jewel series. I used Maxine and Barry's son, Chase, and I created Violet Pearl through me. And that way it gave me, how would she act and react? How would she think? What would she say? And it just became like me. So anytime that there's this question within author interviews of what character is most like you, my answer absolutely 100% is Violet Pearl in Chasing Pearl. And so that book is in the Yesterday's Mail collection with Crossroads. And I contacted Amanda True this weekend, and she and I agreed I'm giving away the ebook of Yesterday's Mail, which is 5 books in one from 5 different authors. I'm giving it away this week. So that giveaway will be from Monday through Friday, and then it will end, but it's the ebook. And so I will put the link on this video posting so that you can get that ebook yourself. I'm also giving away a paperback of Chasing Pearl to one of the people who comment on the post, but I just wanted you to know that. And one other thing, I don't normally do sales pitches, and this isn't a sales pitch, this is giving away. But Okay, so for this one is sales pitch. So I have the Jewel series, Sapphire Ice, my very first book. But this is not the original cover. The original cover was similar to these covers, right? The old Jewel series covers. And so I had a big supply of these. And you can see they're different size. They're bigger and different style. And so I had run out of the Sapphire Ice ones, but I had an abundance of books 2, 3, and 4 in my supply. And so what I'm doing is, because of social distancing and people needing something to read, I figure if you buy Sapphire Ice for $12 in the new cover, in the new format, you will get the rest of the original series, three more books for free. And so I put it up there last week, and I had this such an incredible response that I only have 5 sets left. I did not expect that. I had a lot. So the total is $20 because it's $8 shipping, which is priority mail, and it will go out priority mail by noon the day that you buy it. But there's only 5 left, and I actually had to order more Sapphire Ice in order to accommodate all the orders. So if you want to read the Jewel series, you can get them in paperback, all 4 books, for $12 plus $8 shipping. And so that link will also be in this post so that you can take advantage of it. And when they're gone, I'll just refund like if you buy it before I can take the link off, you'll just get a refund because I won't have any more left. So, okay. That's it for this week. I hope you all have a great week. I know it's very stressful. I know it's very stressful. I know that it's uncertain. Like, the biggest stressor for me is not knowing what the world's going to look like in a month. But I also know that John 16:33 says that in this world you will have trouble, says Jesus, but take heart, I have overcome the world. And I also know that God already knows what it looks like a month from now. And he already knows what it looks like 10 years from now. And so my worry is a waste of energy and clearly a waste of my writing time. And I just want to encourage you. And if you need specific prayer, reach out to me and I would be happy to pray with you. So y'all have a great week, and I will see you next Monday. God bless you.